Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, there's so much happening at the Civic Center in downtown Lima. Here to talk about that is Abe Ambroza. Welcome back, Abe.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
All right, so it all starts tonight, right, with Rob Schneider.
Yeah, we've got Rob Schneider in the house, and it's going to be it's just a night of laughter, right? I mean, a hilarious comedian. Personally, I know him best, you know, from Saturday Night Live days and all the Adam Sandler movies. So to see him on stage is really something special.
Exactly. And then tomorrow we have another event, the Blue Oyster Cult. What's that?
Yeah, so I'm kind of calling this weekend Saturday Night Live weekend, because when I think of Blue Oyster Cult, I think of Will Ferrell and the More Cowbell, right? You know, so yeah, Blue Oyster Cult, great rock band, great songs. It's we've sold a bunch of tickets both for tonight and for tomorrow night. So it's gonna be a busy building. Great show tomorrow night with Blue Oyster Cult.
All right, so we're going to pop on over, not too far from now, to November, will be actually November the 2nd, the Community Enrichment Dinner featuring the Black Angels over Tuskegee. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it does look amazing. So the dinner has taken place. You know, it's an annual event. So they've got their dinner, and then after the dinner, they're carrying their crowd over to Krause Hall for this performance of the Black Angels over Tuskegee, and it's a great story. It's a really well-made play. It's well done. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah, we've been looking at the videos for this, and it's something I would love to watch.
Absolutely.
All right, so something I didn't know was even happening or could happen, but on November the 9th, there's a boxing event. Leave it in the ring. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, we've done this a couple of times in our exhibit hall, and it really works out quite well. It's a local group that put on these boxing tournaments, so it's a combination of professional and amateur boxing that they do, and it's a great way to utilize that exhibit hall in a new way. So we love to be able to do it.
So professional and amateur. Are you getting in the ring?
Oh, you don't want that. I don't want that for sure.
All right. So November 9th, Jeremy Camp. He's going to be in the Krause Hall.
Yeah, so same night as boxing, we have a concert in Krause Hall. So just showing off the versatility of our building and what we can do. Jeremy Camp, a great contemporary Christian artist. A lot of tickets moving for that one as well. And a great sponsor attached to that one with Tom All helping to make that one possible. So
yeah, I didn't know this.
Another great night.
He had 44 #1 singles. I think that's amazing. It's hard to get one #1 single, but 44?
Yeah, he's one of the GOATs when it comes to Christian music for sure.
Yeah. Now, something I've been watching on TV, and the promos that's happening November the 12th, Ain't Too Proud. I'm excited for this one.
I am too. It's the life and times of the Temptations. You know, if you've seen Jersey Boys, it's a similar setup and style to that, except obviously music of the Temptations, and just going through their whole life. It's an amazing show, and so proud to be able to bring this one to Lima. This is the first time they're doing single nights anywhere, so we're able to get on the tour this year and bring the show to Lima. So it's a fantastic show.
And everybody knows the music of the Temptations. They're probably going to be singing along.
Oh my God!
Or
you were
dancing
singing earlier.
I was singing earlier. I know the music. All right, so November 15th, Teresa Caputo. We know her by the big hair and the telling of the. You explain it.
Yeah, you know, so it's a Long Island medium. She is able to connect with people and know what they're doing in a totally amazing way. So, and apparently she was able to see into the future, if you will, and know that Lima was going to sell, because the show was virtually sold out. We've got some individual tickets here and there. So if you're looking to come on your own, you can still do that, and yeah, it's gonna be a great night.
Yeah, and then November 22nd, for all those rock fans, we have Warrant with Firehouse.
Warrant and Firehouse. It's we've actually had these two together in Krause Hall before. Put on a great show. Warrant's got their hits that everyone loves. Firehouse has their hits that people love. I personally love some of the Firehouse songs more, but I also like Warrant. So it's another great night of rock.
Exactly. So what is it like to bring in these performers into the Civic Center?
Yeah,
what does that take?
So like tonight's show comedy, you know, some of those are relatively simple. The tough ones are Broadway. You know, they come in. If you drive by, you'll see 4 semi-trucks because they're unloading that entire set, that entire stage, all in one day. We have to hire about 55 stagehands to help make that happen. It's an incredible process, and to be able to see it done in one day is really incredible.
It really is incredible, because they have to, like you said, there's a big truckloads that come in. They have to somehow load it into each and every venue, and luckily we are able to get them at the Civic Center here in Lima, and it takes a lot. And then they get on the stage, they block the place, so they block where they're standing, where they have to do the mic checks, they have to do everything, the lights, the costumes, you know, just to see if it even works in the space. And because it's always a big production, it's a big to-do.
It's a big to-do, and one of the biggest things that we've really tried to improve is the sound, because every hall is different. So you can't just go in and put up your speakers and assume it's going to cover. You've got to, their sound techs have to work with our people to make sure we're not getting those dead zones out there. So working on that sound to make it possible. But yeah, I mean, Broadway, you'll see some of our biggest crowds, but it's also some of our biggest expenses. And I didn't mention earlier, but thank you to Synovus. They sponsor Ain't Too Proud. So to help offset some of those expenses, it's really important for us to be able to keep doing that.
Yep, and go to the website.
Always go to LimaCivicCenter.com, because there's more shows after November too. We've got a full December, and then 2025 has a lot of great shows too.
All right. Well, Abe, thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, don't go away. The weather is coming up next.